Good evening from SpaceX headquarters in Hawthorne, California, and welcome to the webcast of the SAOCOM 1A mission out of our West Coast launch site at Space Launch Complex 4E, located at Vandenberg Air Force Base in California. My name is Tom Perderio, and I'm a firmware engineer here at SpaceX, and I'll be your host for this evening. Tonight, we'll be placing the SAOCOM 1A Earth observation satellite into a low Earth orbit for Argentina's Civilian Space Agency, or CONAI. Tonight's launch is scheduled for 7:21 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. That's 0221 hours Coordinated Universal Time, or UTC. SAOCOM 1A will mark SpaceX's 17th launch of 2018. This evening's launch is also an especially exciting one for SpaceX because it's the first land landing back at our Vandenberg launch site. Tonight, following second stage separation, that first stage will return back to the west coast of California and attempt to land on our brand new Vandenberg landing zone called LZ4, which we'll talk about more later in this webcast. Right now, you're looking at a live view of that rocket out on the launch pad at Vandenberg Air Force Base, which is about 225 kilometers north of SpaceX headquarters where we are right now. Now, Vandenberg is notorious for its fog, but as you can see, today is a very rare, clear day at the launch site. The only fog you can see is the gaseous liquid oxygen bleeding off from the vehicle itself, so it means that we're in great shape to launch today from Vandenberg. That first stage, the two-stage Falcon 9 vehicle is standing 229 feet tall, which is slightly taller than a 21-story building. The first stage, which is the bottom two-thirds of the rocket right here, has 9 powerful Merlin 1D engines right at the bottom. These 9 Merlin engines will light at T-0 and lift the vehicle from the launch pad up through the Earth's atmosphere and into space. On top of that first stage is the black carbon fiber inner stage, and on top of that is the second stage, which will then, after separation, take the spacecraft to its eventual destination in orbit. These stages separate at about 2.5 minutes into flight, and the first stage is the part of the rocket that we'll be attempting to recover today. And this first stage is actually a flight-proven first stage that previously launched in the Iridium 7 mission out of Vandenberg, this exact same launch site, back in July of this year. While this would not be the first time we're landing a first stage launched from Vandenberg, all of our previous West Coast landings have been done out at sea via our autonomous spaceport drone ship fleet. This will be the first attempt to bring this first stage back to land at Vandenberg. You'll also notice there's a nose cone-shaped structure right at the top of the rocket. This is called the satellite fairing. This fairing houses the SAOCOM 1A satellite and protects it until the vehicle is outside the Earth's atmosphere, at which point the fairing separates to expose the satellite to space for eventual separation. For this particular mission, we're not going to be attempting to recover the fairing. However, SpaceX will continue to make ongoing attempts in future launches to recover the fairing for reuse.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition. Liftoff. Just cleared the tower.
Take those DC gun range.
Signal props nominal. Power and telemetry nominal.
All telemetry stations are receiving.
You're looking at the Falcon 9 rocket as it ascends through the atmosphere, carrying the SAOCOM 1A satellite to low Earth orbit.
Vehicle supersonic.
Right now, the vehicle is passing through max Q, which is the point of maximum aerodynamic pressure on the airframe. The vehicle actually throttles itself down for this portion of the flight in order to reduce structural stresses. There it is. That's the start of the entry burn of that Falcon 9 first stage. This burn is only about 30 seconds. Right now, that first stage is mostly empty of fuel, so it's actually pretty light. Doesn't need that much force to slow it down.
Stage 1, entry burn, shutdown.
And that looks like the shutdown of the entry burn. You're getting views both from the top of the Falcon 9 first stage as it comes down through the air, and also from the ground, visible from California.
Stage 1 FTS is safe.
Seeing that the sun is now below the horizon, we probably won't see much more of the first stage until it lights up its engines for the final landing burn. That's going to happen at T plus
Stage
7
one
minutes
is
and
transonic.
14 seconds. So coming up almost in about 5 seconds now. There it is. That's the start of the landing
Stage
burn.
1 landing burn has started.
That Falcon 9 first stage should be approaching the ground just about in 5 seconds here. Let's watch as it attempts to land.
Stage 1 landing legs at the point. Vandenberg, LZ4, the Falcon is landed. Landing on
And it appears that the Falcon 9 first stage has just stuck the landing at LZ4 at Vandenberg Air Force Base. This is great news for everyone here at SpaceX. Reminder that this is the first time we've ever landed a rocket first stage back at Vandenberg Air Force Base. Great news for everyone here. We're all extremely excited. Like I said, most of our team is at the launch site right now, and they must be out of their minds. So that is awesome. Right now, however, that is not the end of our mission today. The primary mission is still ongoing. On the center of your screen, you can see that Merlin vacuum engine attached to the second stage, still pushing the SAOCOM 1A satellite into low Earth orbit.